what we gain out of the isolation is that we had to concentrate on our own. Because we never wanted to be German hip hop.
You guys support us pretty much with your last pennies, but we never supported you back.
That was the start of my new career. Like, people were like, what the fuck is he doing? Like, hey, I was in jail with blades, so what is this? Like, who's the criminal here, you know? I don't know. Us as German hip hoppers, we had a problem sometimes because of the image of Germany, you know, Second World War and all that.
What you lot did came from the street, from the core street level.
Absolutely.
And it delivered to the street.
We focused on ourselves and became big, and then people realized, like, oh, damn.
Today, I'm sat here with one of Germany's hip-hop pioneers and heroes, a guy who's played a huge role in pushing the scene forward over there. No, not over here, over there, where he's been at the forefront of the culture for decades, rubbed shoulders with some of the biggest and most respected names within the culture worldwide, and even had a little success in the charts in Germany. But before we begin, please subscribe to the channel, click the bell to receive the notifications, like, share, and get involved in the comment section below. And now, I'd like to introduce you to my good friend, all the way from Germany, the one and only Torch, aka the Haitian Star.
Yeah.
What's going on, bro?
What's up, Blade? We did it. We're finally doing it.
How long have we been planning this?
I don't know, at least a year.
But we did discuss it like 3 years ago.
Yeah.
And the problem was you were mad busy, always in Germany doing stuff, always keeping occupied.
Oh, yeah.
So anyway,
I'm here.
We're here. We're here. We're here.
And thanks for the extra 10 pounds for wearing the shirt.
Oh, you know how it is.
Yeah, that was nice.
We have to bribe people to wear them things these days, innit? Jesus.
Yeah.
But anyway, where do we start with you, bro? Because our history goes a long way back, but it's about your history.
No, it's about our history. Where did we meet? Where did we meet the first time?
Did you come to Switzerland when we did the show in Switzerland? I think
it's in Switzerland that we met.
I think so.
And I think, no, I have a lot of memories about Switzerland. I don't know if it's the same show, if it's the first show. But I remember I played you our demo in a car. It was not my car, I don't know.
It wasn't mine either. So
see, so whose car was it?
Back then we weren't making enough money to buy cars, were we?
So I was playing you the demo, and you were like, yeah, it's all right. You know, and it was a huge hit coming after.
The difficulty for us being from the UK is the language barrier. Because I'm a lyricist, so if I don't understand what you're saying, it doesn't really mean much to me, so it's whether I gravitate to the music or not. But sometimes the language is a bit harsh, but we'll talk about that a little later, because I think that's an important thing.
The language barrier is a very important subject for German rap in Europe.
Let's first, just let people know a little bit of history about you.
Yeah, but I remember another thing. I think we were in Bienne, in Switzerland. I don't know, but I think we were together in prison, jail. I don't know how you say it. Do you remember that?
I remember that very well.
Yeah, because the funny thing is, I don't even know why, but...
I'll tell you why.
Okay.
Okay. Right, so I did a show.
Yeah.
After the show, there must have been about 30 or 50 people that followed me around the streets going, oh, you can't go back to the hotel, you got to hang out with us.
Yeah.
So we're hanging around. And then one of the guys puts a spray can in my hand and says, you got to name this street Bladestrasse.
Yeah.
Or whatever it is, Blade Street or whatever it is, right? So they made me spray my name on the street.
Yeah.
Then I see everybody running off and didn't realize there was 2 undercover policemen sitting in a car watching while all this is going on. And all the kids recognized them. So they saw them, they ran off. And I'm standing there thinking, who are these guys approaching me?
Yeah, but how do I...
I don't know. You must have been there and hanging out with me or something.
Or I was... Because I know it, because I'm not a criminal. So
I don't know about that. I don't know.
I'm a gangster, but I'm not a criminal. Yeah. So the most criminal stuff I ever did was bombing trains, you know? So I think we bombed a train or at the station or something. I don't remember. I don't
So
remember.
while I was getting done for bombing a street, like literally a street,
Yeah,
spraying my
yeah.
name, you were bombing a train and you got caught as well.
Something like that.
Not
But
very good at bombing then, are you?
I don't know. But we ended up all in jail together. And the funny thing is, I met another guy from Switzerland. He had the same story. Like, hey, I was in jail with blades. So what is this? Like, who's the criminal here? You know, I don't know. That's how we met, I guess.
Do you know what was funny on that night? I sold so much merchandise at the show. I had loads of money on me in cash. Right? And when they arrested me, they were like, where do you get this money from? Where do you get? It was a lot of money. I'm talking grands and grands and grands, right? So I'm there with this money, and they're now trying to pin me to a supposed robbery at a petrol station round the corner, saying I look like the suspect.
Yeah. I don't know, man.
Crazy times.
That's how it started.
Yeah, but it's brilliant. It's these kind of stories that connect us and basically have built lasting friendships, you know?
Yeah, Switzerland was very important. The jams in Switzerland, they were very important because us as German hip hoppers, we had a problem sometimes because of the image of Germany, you know, Second World War and all that. We had an image problem, you know, when we came to several countries. Like even as a kid, when we were in school and we did school trips to England, like English kids would wait for us, for the Germans to throw stuff and, you know, like to fuck us up. And we had problems in the Netherlands, we had problems in France. I mean, this is the 80s, beginning of the 90s. Obviously, today it's not like that anymore. But so when we started this jam culture, like our jams, like our events, sometimes we had problems to get audience over to come to our jams because they were like, Germany, I don't know. So, but we made it still.
Yeah, but you know what? Also, Germany is responsible for a lot of success stories, you know, like people having opportunities and stuff. So what you lot did was really, really important for what everyone else was doing around. We know that there's Americans that have moved over to Germany now because they have a better, more lucrative career in Germany than they do in America. So it makes sense for them to move over there. And we've seen the same with certain UK groups as well that moved out there.
Yeah, we were very open. Like we were open to American hip hop, to UK hip hop, to French, to Italian, to I don't know. We were kind of open because the image of Germany is not being open, right? It's
Let's talk about
I don't know.
that image. Let's talk about that image in Germany
please.
for a second, because when I first came to Germany, I was expecting the whole Hitler vibe.
Yeah. What was your image? What image did you have?
I was kind of nervous, thinking I don't know what I'm stepping into, and I'm thinking, is it worth me going there to do this for the sake of a few £100, you know? But the point was, when we got off that stage, before we got on stage, we didn't know what to expect. When we got on that stage, the crowd was wild. Some of the best crowds that I've ever performed to, right? And they were very supportive throughout my entire career for years and years to come, yeah? Decades, literally. But when we got off that stage, I literally had certain German guys coming over and saying, nothing's gonna happen to you, we'll protect you. And they were like that. They just embraced you straight away. So the love that they showed us was ridiculous. And that's one of the reasons why my relationship with Germany and Switzerland and, you know, Holland and Belgium and wherever has always been tight, because everyone always showed us love all the time.
I wish I could say that about England.
You know, that's also something.
I mean, it's now we're down, now we're friends, everything, but we never had the English audience. We never had, you know, when if you come with German rap, it's like it stops at the border, you know.
Okay, so again, that's another thing that I really would like to go into detail with.
The language barrier.
The language barrier, the fact that you didn't get the support back that you were giving to everybody.
It worked very well in other German-speaking countries, obviously, like Switzerland, Austria. And it even worked in the Eastern countries, but we found out later that Czech Republic and Poland and other countries in the East, they knew our stuff, and sometimes they would understand our stuff. I was not expecting this. I found out later that that they know our shit.
The motto there is basically just because you're not seeing it for yourself, don't assume that you're not getting the support because you are getting the support.
Yeah, because we were looking for the West, you know, like, you know, United States, France, UK, and there it was hard to get the love. But in the East, they gave us love, but we were not even realizing it, you know. So
Yeah, of course.
so I realized it, but later on.
Okay, like I said, we'll come back and talk about all of that in more detail. But I really want to get a little bit of history on who you are and how long you've been in the scene,
Oh,
just
yeah.
to paint a picture. So
yeah.
I remember you from early days from Advanced Chemistry.
Yeah, that was my first group, my first rap group. But
When did that start?
the group started in '87, and then we started to play on jams and for no money, of course. And we brought our first record was like around '92. But before that, we started with breaking and graffiti and all that stuff. I started '82, you know, with Planet Rock, Bambaataa, Soul Sonic Force, and this kind of stuff. And then there was this huge break dancing wave. We called it breakdance sensation, breakdance sensation '84. That was in '83 and '84. It was huge. Like all over Germany, everybody was dancing and popping and freaking out. But then it stopped. Like it was just a trend, you know. It was a trend, and they had a dance show on TV, on national TV. Before it was aerobic, I say, you know. And then it changed to breakdance on TV. So they had a TV show, breakdance TV show, which was terrible. And we still watched it. And so like, it was like everybody was doing it. And then it stopped, like it totally stopped. It was not in anymore, so everybody stopped. And for us, it was our culture, you know. For us, it was not it was not a trend. For us, it was really our life. So we wanted to keep it going. We were like, oh, where, you know, how can we keep it going? And that's when we started to organize ourselves by organizing events. We called them hip hop jams, and inviting other people that we knew. Or that's when we started to bomb the lines and paint the trains. So like starting like around '85, '86, that's when we really started to connect with each other. And yeah, we had pen pals. I had pen pals to East Germany, because there was West Germany and East Germany back in the days. I had pen pals to East Germany, and then I learned that they don't have spray cans, yeah. And they still send us graffitis, they did, and posters, and we sent our stuff. Then I had pen pals to England later on too. At the end of the '80s, starting the '90s, I had pen pals to England with a lot of people. Inky from Bristol.
Bristol, yeah.
And he got my address from Smith and Mighty, and it was all underground. And
So basically, you've been networking from very early on.
oh yeah, networking was the way to do it, because I come from a small town in Germany,
Heidelberg, yeah.
Heidelberg, yeah. And other people were in small towns too. It was big towns, but also small towns, and like Aschaffenburg or Budenheim, you know, really small places sometimes. And so we connected ourselves by writing letters or organizing events. You know, these jams we were performing, rapping, DJing, breaking, graffiti, you know.
From being in a small town, how did you get to hear about hip hop making its move?
So when this big wave came, that was like the media wave. That was Wild Style, or even before Beat Street, or those movies came out, Breaking,
And you've gone on to meet some of these people and work with them as well.
Yeah, later on.
Years.
Yeah.
But we'll, again,
Yeah, but
another
when I
topic.
was a kid, like I started with, I don't know, 11 years or something, I started to dance and to get into the movement. And I did not know what it was, but I knew it was my thing. It was my culture. Like growing up in Germany in the 70s and the 80s was really, let's say it was not funky.
How did race play into that?
I have a Haitian mother. I have a German father and a Haitian mother. And with a black mother, like it was in a small city, it was like, ugh, you know, everybody pointed that out and you were like the...
But do you not feel that maybe that's also the reason why you stood out?
Later on, I understood that, but it was something that made them feel uncomfortable because I stood out.
Fear, innit?
Was fierce. But you're a kid, you don't know. You want to fit in, and then everybody tells you you don't fit in, and it's like, ugh, there's a lot of anger coming.
Do you know what I do in situations like that?
Yes, what?
I try not to fit in. I try to fit out.
Yeah, but as a kid, when I was a small kid, you just want to play football or just want to have friends, you know, you don't want to. But then later, of course, it became my superpower.
And I witnessed that for myself. I saw it. Like, you know, most people, when I see them performing, like so many times you'll see artists just in the drag dressing room and whatever, just being cool and smoking weed or whatever they're doing. But you were always that guy who always brought in that character. It's like, hey, I'm Torch, look at me. You know, there was always a character with you, always. You know, do you feel that played a role? That you had to kind of be overexpressive because maybe at some points you felt like you were being stifled?
Yeah, back when I was a kid and a teenager, I always wanted to be somebody or something, you know, playing a role, you know, that, I don't know. I never wanted to be a star, a pop star or something.
So you going to call yourself the Haitian Star?
That was later. That was later. That was really... It's not even me. The name comes from a drum and bass DJ Toby from Mannheim. He gave me the name. I was starting to focus more on the DJing around 2003 or something. And he was like, yeah, just give yourself another name, like Haitian Star or something. And I'm like,
there you go.
Boom, I took it, you know. I liked it.
Yeah.
Yeah, so I went through all the elements, you know. There's I think hip hop has no limits, you know. That's why I jumped into the hip hop, because in Germany in the 70s and the 80s, everything was so limited. You know, you can't do this. This is not the right way. It was like, ugh.
Do you not feel that we've kind of gone back to that now with like canceling? And
definitely. But they don't know that. They have so much liberty that they don't know that they're risking their liberty. But when I was a kid, I felt totally erstickt, how you say, like when you
stifled.
When you have no air to breathe.
Basically you're suffocated.
Yeah, suffocated, I guess is the right word. And to me, hip hop was totally liberation. Like, you don't have to learn an instrument to make music. You know, you don't have to go to to a school to learn things. You just learn it by yourself. You learn it with your friends. And you become a master by doing it yourself. I really love this concept, and it was my concept, totally. Because I did my mixtapes, I did my records, I did my events, my book, all by my own. I mean, of course, people helping.
Have you got your book here?
Yeah.
Yeah, can we see it?
Yeah, this is it's also called the Blue Bible. I'm very humble. You know?
Yeah. Do you want to show it to the camera?
Yes. It's about my album, but the album is called Blue Velvet, Blauer Samt in German. And it's a rap album, but it's very much about philosophy. And
Can I see it?
Philosophy, poetry, some stuff like this.
If you can see this, I don't know if you can see this, but it's hip hop in its fullest, because everything is really subtle. It's not in your face and blam, and this is how hip hop was in the beginning. We didn't want to be seen. I
wanted to have it deep. You know, when you try to make deep lyrics, how would a book look like? You know, so I didn't want to have it flashy. I wanted to have it like, you have to dig it, you know?
Yeah.
And then it's like the ocean. You have to dig into, you have to fall inside. So even the writing, you don't see it well, but you feel it when you touch it.
That's really good. I love it.
Yeah.
I love it.
It's in German. It's your chance to learn German now.
Fuck you.
It's your last chance.
Fuck you again then.
So, yeah, I mean...
That's one I have to say. I know I'm on camera and everything, but you know what? Like the one language that always I kind of thought was a bit too harsh
Yeah.
was German. Everything sounds angry. Good morning. Good morning. It's
And
like, you know, that
yeah,
kind of.
and exactly, it's the country where you have your most fans. What does it say about you?
It says something about me, not about the fans.
Okay.
Hey, listen. If they're angry fans, I'm cool with that because we want angry fans to be in the clubs jumping. So I'd rather have that than people just going after every song. So yeah, it's all good. Be angry.
Do you know that I even mentioned you on some of my songs?
No, I didn't know. I hope it was all good things. And do we start fighting now?
I guess you have to learn German to find out what I said. No, it's Kapitel 1. It's the song Kapitel 1.
Okay.
And I mentioned a lot of names. It's like I'm talking about the scene and you know, a lot of historical figures in the scene. And at the end, I mentioned a lot of names, and the last name is your name?
So what was it? You just had to fit a last name and you couldn't find anyone else?
No, I was saying I gave him props to all the people, and at the end I was dissing you. You know,
Okay.
for the balance.
Yeah, typical. I'm used to
Yeah,
it.
yeah, yeah. You got to listen to it. It's from '93. You know the Alte Schule sampler?
Yep.
With the
Yeah.
Mo 2 graffiti?
Yeah, that's right.
Because it's funny because back in the days, there was a jam in Switzerland again. My crew was on the flyer, Advanced Chemistry. I Am from France was on the flyer. And Mo 2 was painting with Lady Pink and a lot of people. And after the jam, we went painting in Basel. Me, Zepster, which is Aki,
Yeah.
and Mo 2. Could be that maybe someone else was there that I forgot, and we painted a wall. And at this time, Mo 2 was part of NTM,
Okay.
the crew NTM.
Yeah.
And so it was me and Zepster painting a Zepster in the AC for Advanced Chemistry. And I started to do in a torch, but I fucked it up because I'm not that, you know.
I wanted to find out how deep you were in the graffiti, but
No, I was deep in the graffiti, but more in the bombing.
Yeah.
I was never the guy like totally, I was never a style master or like.
not like mode.
Like mode. And yeah, so we painting this wall at the line, you know, the train line. And I'm trying to do this torch letters, and I fucked it up. I was like having a hard time. And he was like seeing me and then like, come on. And he finished my letters, and the letters are dope.
Yeah.
But it's all him who did it, you know. So I was just filling in for Zepster at the end,
Okay.
you know. But it's a funny thing that NTM and AC, Advanced Chemistry, did a piece together. And I brought him to Germany, basically, and then introduced him to Zepster. And he came to my place, to Heidelberg, to parties. And then he went on to do the Battle of the Year
Yeah.
flyers.
Yeah.
This is a connection. Is one of the connections about UK and Germany that was deep.
Battle of the Year. That's a big movement that was going on, and I believe it was Thomas and was it Akeem involved as well with that?
He was involved, but it's Thomas' baby.
It's Thomas's baby. But that was a big movement because at the time, people in the UK and pretty much all over the world weren't really paying attention to any b-boying, you know. So then you had Second to None, who was pretty much keeping it alive in the UK, along with a couple of other people like Born to Rock, and them guys were involved.
Second to None came to Germany a lot.
Yeah, of course. You know, and I saw them a few times when I was there. And obviously Renegade was kind of pushing the whole b-boy thing, and there's no surprise that he's doing what he's doing now. And good luck to him. I love what he's doing personally, taking
Peace to
one step
Storm.
further. And then obviously you had Battle Squad. And you had Storm, you had Swift, and you had
Yeah, and one
Maurizio.
thing that I loved about our jam movement in the '90s, that you have rap crews and b-boy crews totally mixed up on the lineup. You know, if you see the lineup,
Because it was a jam.
it was a jam.
It wasn't a rap concert, it was a jam.
Yeah, like no rapper really sold it out because they were stars. You know, it started to become like that. You know, in maybe in '93. We started to do really tours, just Advanced Chemistry.
See, what was funny is like we could come to the UK and do a show for 400 or 500 people. And then we would come to somewhere like Switzerland or Germany, and we'd be like 1,800 people in the show. So Germany was accepting us more than they were accepting their own. When did that turn? When Germany started getting acknowledged? Because you had quite a few pop stars as well, but you weren't really in that world. No. It wasn't a world you wanted to be in, and I think that's attitude that you've kind of adopted from being underground UK hip hop. It's almost like you don't want the success.
Yeah, I mean, for us, groups like Blade or other acts where
Gunshot,
yeah, they were models also for us, because not especially Blade, but also others, because you were printing the records yourself. And then even the thing, I don't know which record it was, but on the backside it says, like, if you want to contact me, just come to my hood and ask around if people know where I am. Yeah.
Mind of an Ordinary Citizen.
Mind of an Ordinary Citizen. And that were kind of inspiring us just to rely on ourselves, because like no label was interested in putting out our music. It was too rough, too underground, too, I don't know, maybe not good enough also. But we put it out ourselves until this day. Like the book, I wrote it myself, but I financed it myself also. Like I'm selling it. Yeah, it's independent. My mixtapes, everything I'm doing it on my own. And for me, it became my recipe. It worked very well for me.
Yeah.
I worked with labels, of course, but only like licensee, licensed deal.
Well, you have to win it. Like you open up avenues for revenue streams to come in from different places.
You make a contract, you give them the rights, sell it 5 years, and then you get the rights back. One album I did, I worked like this, was Tony L. Der Pate. I had a deal with German label Intercord back in the days, 96. And it's a funny story. It's we wanted to have something different. We want to have a good picture, a good cover for the record. And there were no hip hop photographers back in the days in Germany, you know.
Should have gone to Normski.
That's what we did.
All right.
See, that's what we did, because I was the guy like studying the records, and I knew that there were in the States there were George Dubose and Janet Beckman and Glennie Friedman. I read the names on the back, and then when I saw the English records like Demon Boys and Hijack and Asher D and Daddy Freddy and all this stuff, I always read the name Normski, and then there was this Hip Hop Connection magazine back in the days, and so I realized that there's a hip hop photographer in Europe. So I said to the label, we want to work with Normski in England, but that was 96. He was not even, you know, around anymore like this, but we found him, and then we went to London in 96. And we did pictures for Tony L. And Normski has his book now.
Yeah,
it's
definitely
out
have
now.
to plug that.
Yeah.
You know, Normski was one guy that I always wanted to do some of my photos, but because I was doing everything independently, I
could not pay him.
I mean, we literally said to our friends, "Can you get a camera? Can you just come and take photos?" Yeah. But I would have loved to have worked with Normski.
I don't know his price, but he's a really cool guy.
Oh, he's wicked.
Yeah, he's really.
Do you wanna show it? Like,
yeah. This is the Normski book.
Raise it up a bit. So that's Normski's book. So guys, go and support Normski.
Yeah, it's the man with the golden shutter, and the pictures that we did in '96 are in it. So.
Oh, wicked.
So we have this here, and the cover shot.
Excellent.
For the Tony L album is inside. So.
Excellent.
And I wrote a little story about our trip and everything. And there's, I mean, our picture maybe is not even the best or the most important. There's so many.
Yeah, but you know what? You're
the whole story.
History.
Yeah,
you're part of that history.
Yeah, so this is also German and UK history, hip hop history a little bit. So big up to Normski for this.
Yeah, 100%.
It's his legacy, you know, it's the Normski legacy.
At some point, I ended up doing a track with MC Rene, you know, who you've worked with. MC
Rene was my MC student at the beginning.
Right.
And the thing is, I was the first guy in Germany to do the freestyle rap in German. So that was me.
Okay.
And in the song where I mentioned you, I even say, there's a line, ich habe das Freestyle Rap eingeführt und zwar schon vor Jahren. Like I'm saying, I introduced the freestyle rap, the German freestyle rap, but years ago, and that was '93. So, and MC Rene was one of my students, and he became incredible in freestyle rapping. And there's a whole school of people who became wicked in freestyle rapping, much better than I ever was.
I was watching what was going on from where I was. I was connected with a lot of people from Germany. You know, so I knew all about like Stylewarz twins, Stieber twins. I always call them Stylewarz because I'm English, innit? What the fuck do I know?
Yeah. That's my boys.
Stieber twins, Cora E, MCMA. There was obviously yourself, Advanced Chemistry. Then obviously you went solo. Why did you go solo?
The thing is, I never wanted to be a solo artist. You know, I felt really comfortable in the group as a graffiti writer and the breakdancing and rapping with Advanced Chemistry. I felt comfortable in the group. But the thing is, in the group, I felt comfortable, but I was never really shining. You know, I was not, because I didn't have to. You know,
so you were just another cog.
Yeah, like there's Tony L. He ripped it on the mic, and then there was Linguist, and then at first we had G1 who was in our group. So we had a lot of people, and I could chill, I could relax, I could wait for my part and say some stuff, and then go back.
So you felt you weren't being pushed enough.
I realized later on that I was not pushed enough, but I was ready to stay in the group. But one time, like the group fell apart, you know, because of several reasons.
I recognized you more when you went solo than when you were with Advanced Chemistry.
That's what I'm saying. I recognized myself also more when I was solo. So I had to be, the group fell apart. I was solo basically. Then I had to reinvent myself. You know, I had to be better, you know. And the first song that I really did solo was Kapitel 1, where I mentioned you.
Yeah.
So that was '93. That was the first song. And the song was very important because I slowed it down. The song was very slow. And at this time, hip hop in Germany was really
fast and
yeah, you know,
it was the whole Britcore thing.
Yeah. It was the Britcore thing, but still like the break beats and, you know, you're young, you want to freestyle, you want to break dance, everybody's excited, people want to jump around, you know. In Germany, hip hop was 20, you know, we were 20 years old, so everybody was excited. I slowed down the music. It was a very slow song, like everybody was excited, and that came with a very like grown man, like, okay, let's calm down for a minute. And the song Kapitel 1 means chapter 1. It's like, you know, it's like chapter 1, you know, it's like.
So it's a new beginning.
It's a new beginning, but it felt like an old man, you know, like a grown man talking to the kids now. And I was 21 or something, or, you know, and I started to behave like an old guy and slow down and drop the knowledge, kick wisdom.
Do you feel that helped your career or hinder it?
No, that helped. That was the start of my new career. Like people were like, "What the fuck is he doing?" You're like he's this freestyle rap guy, you know. He's the B-boy. He's this excited, crazy guy, you know, that jumps around naked in the backstage. Why is he? You remember?
Yeah, I remember. Jesus,
no, but
I was there.
No, but
do you remember the water fight we had on stage? I don't know if you were on stage, but me, Blue Eyes, I think Grasshopper was there. We had a water fight on stage.
We had a water fight on stage, but what was this thing with Cool Keith once?
That was in Coupole Bien.
Yeah, that was in Bien too, because
when he was on stage in his underwear, in his white fronts.
And it's because of you.
We had a bet. I've got pictures of that. I'm gonna put that up.
It's because of you, because I don't know, there was a bet between you and Keith.
Yeah.
That you won't go on the stage with your underwear or something, and he did it.
Yeah, he did it.
See, that was the times. That's the times I'm talking about. So yeah, I don't know. I was a wild guy, but then I felt like, okay, I'm solo. I do a solo track now. I have to show a side that nobody knows till now. And then I thought, okay, they know the Wildcat. They know the freestyle guy, they know the B-boy, they know, you know, and then what side do they don't know? Yeah. And it's a solo track. It's all about me. So I decided to show a deeper poetical reifer, wie sagt man reifer? Mature, more mature side. Yeah. Even I wasn't mature, there was a mature part in me.
So it was like fake it till you make it.
No. It was more the guy who's all alone and reading books, but is afraid to admit to anybody. It felt really. It was a brave move, you know, at this time, because it could have gone wrong.
Yeah, it could have.
It was the opposite of fake. You know, maybe the other stuff was fake, like you know, but there I was totally naked. Like, okay, this is me. Love it or leave it. Yeah. And people loved it. Like, they were shocked at first, but then they're like, okay, wow. They listened to it and they liked it, and that was the start of my formula. My whole album is like this. So I got really deep into philosophy, poetry, stuff like this. Yeah, and that was my formula. In live, I was still the guy, you know, jumping around.
As an artist, you know, you've got all these people cheering your name while you're on stage and stuff. Did you ever feel lonely as an artist, even in front of those thousands of people?
I mean, if it's a small club, no. Because you got the people in front of you watching you like this. You can talk to them literally. Yeah. Hey, you, I talk to you. Yeah. If it's 20,000 people, it feels unreal. It doesn't frighten me at all, but it feels like there's no connection, no real connection to me. But I'm not a pop star either. You know, it's not my world. I do it sometimes.
Well, you say that, but you got into the charts.
Oh yeah.
And you were there for what? I only know about the one time when you were in there for about 8 weeks, 9 weeks or something.
I was with the song Wir waren mal Stars. That was my song, Wir waren mal Stars. That was a huge song that went into the charts, that worked pretty well.
So was Akeem managing you at this
point?
No.
So,
but at some point Akeem and Cutler were managing you, right?
Yes. I knew Akeem as a graffiti writer and a B-boy.
Yep.
And he saw us rapping, like he saw me freestyling in '89 for the first time in German. And he was like, wow, that's crazy. I really love that. I remember him coming to the backstage on the CH Fresh 1990 in Switzerland, Bern. The CH Fresh was an event that was named after, obviously, the UK Fresh that went down in '86.
'86, yeah.
And the UK Fresh was, I'm pretty sure it was named after the Fresh Fest that happened in '84 in New York or in the States. And then there was a CH Fresh, I think '89 the first and '90 the second one, I'm not sure. And I was on the CH Fresh 90 with our group, Advanced Chemistry. And we were there for West Germany, and there was a group, A Real Dope Thing, that performed there also from East Germany. So you had two German crews performing on the stage, one for the West, one for the East.
Was there conflict?
No, no, not at all. We were friends. I mean, the wall has come down, but at the time when they planned the jam, the wall was still there, I guess, and that's why they booked two groups. Mm-hmm. We always had this European vision, like the Germans and the Swiss. We had this European vision, this European need to connect with other people outside, and that's why there were crews from France, Lionel D, Dynasty. I was highly influenced by them, like the German freestyle rap. I got it from the French guys, and of course by American guys like Busy B and stuff. But they influenced me a lot. Then there was English groups. There was Stereo MCs. That's where I met Rob Birch. There was London Posse on the bill. Mm-hmm. And we performed with them together. And like Stereo MCs were stars at this time. I mean, not stars, but they had records out. They had hits, whatever. And we were performing on a tape in German, you know, like. But we rocked it. Like, people were crazy. So Akeem came to us and said, yo, listen, I'm going to manage you guys. And because he was a respected graffiti writer and a respected B-boy, we said, yeah, okay, let's do it. But this went on like maybe 3 years, I would say. No, maybe 4 years.
I don't know who told me, but maybe it was him, maybe it was you. Something about basically getting you the studio set up and all that kind of stuff and really pushing things forward.
He pushed it a lot, but we did a lot too, because he did not know how to, you know.
Hey, he was learning everything.
Yeah, we all were, right. But so I had a contact, hey, we can press records here, because I had friends in Cologne from Blitzmob, you know, LSD and them. They knew how to press records, so I had the contacts of a pressing plant and the studios, and so we all brought stuff together to make it happen. Yeah. But it went on like for 3-4 years, and then we went separate ways. Yeah. Then I opened up my own label, 360 Degrees, and in between we did this hip hop show called Freestyle, where they asked me to be the host. And it was a really good show. It was totally anarchy.
That was TV work, right?
That was TV. That was a music channel.
So explain the depth of the whole TV, you know, how you got onto TV, on national TV.
It was not national TV, it was private TV.
Okay, Rene got there as well, right?
There were a lot of people, man.
Yeah.
So it was not me alone. It was DJ Stylewarz that you might know. Let me rephrase that. It was the legendary DJ Stylewarz with us.
There you go.
We had Scope. We had Storm, B-Boy Storm.
Yeah, wicked.
And we were all doing the show together. And it was really hip hop. So it was really like people breaking and people sending tapes of their trains, and people bombing in the studio. And it was international, like people from England coming by. We had Kool Herc and Gramercy Theater. We had the Beastie Boys. But we had also like people from, you know? Unknowns that just come by and say, yeah, we started.
But you see the depth of what you're saying there. Yeah. Right? It's so important that, you know, when industry takes over, then you get people that don't really live the life that we live. And they're describing what they think should be happening. But what you lot did came from the street, from the core street level.
Absolutely.
And it delivered to the street.
Absolutely.
Do you understand? That was the culture defined.
Yeah. We had Belgium.
There was nothing watered down or diluted.
No. Like everybody it was totally open. It was hip hop culture. Like you're part of the hip hop culture, you're welcome. You know, you're a superstar, you're welcome. You're nobody, you're welcome because you are somebody.
I was so happy when I heard you guys were doing that, man, because I seen you, not obviously from the very beginning, but when I first met you and everything, you, Rene, and to hear that you were having this success, it was like, yeah, they're doing it.
And we're still doing it. You know, we do our own events. MC Rene is doing great. He just did a huge event on his own. And we're all doing stuff like this. You know, we all try to stay real to the game, stick to what we know, but still like expand it in a way. Yeah. You know, that's why I'm doing this lectures now. I'm doing work with universities. Even I'm not on the university, I don't want to be. And I want to meet people. I want to go do new challenges.
Talking of challenges, how do you deal with haters and hate?
I don't really know. I think it depends if you know the people or not. To me, if it's people I don't know and they don't contact you directly, they just talk behind your back and try to make you look bad. To me, it's not personal. To me, it's just sad people trying to put in energy in the wrong things, you know. Because if they would do their project, I would even help them, you know. But if they put their energy to bring me down, I don't even understand. But if it's people I know, you know, and even if it's people I helped, then it's a sad thing. That's obviously, you take it personally then. Yeah, man. But that's exactly about what I rap about. You know, I talk about a lot of personal things. But you need to learn German, man, to get my lyrics.
I'm gonna have to learn German, aren't I?
But it's a very important topic because we all look to America and we know what's happening there. We study it and stuff, but then we don't know the history of our European neighbors. You know, we know
that's crazy.
That's crazy, and sometimes we do, but sometimes we don't. And like I was in this hip hop conference in Milton Keynes, and there were people from Ireland and Wales, and then you're like, okay, I know England, but Wales, Ireland, I never paid attention, that's crazy, that you look into America and studying everything, and that your neighbors, you don't know shit. They have a history and stuff. Oh. And yeah, that's what happened to us at the beginning, when we tried to connect, like it was hard, but then we focused on ourselves and became big, and then people realized like, oh, damn.
But what was sad for me personally was that once upon a time, France, Germany, all those places were behind the UK. And then all of a sudden, you guys have taken off, and we're still here going, what did we do wrong?
You have to connect in both ways, because I did hip hop jams for like over 10 years regularly now. What I do is I bring people to my jams that sell no tickets at all. I know it, but it's not about that. I have acts that sell tickets, and I have acts that don't sell tickets. So I will have like Swiss German rap on my stage. I will have people rapping. I don't know how the language is called in English, but from Luxembourg, they have their own language. People never heard this language, but I still bring them over, because it's about the culture, and that would be the same thing if people do an event in the UK or in France. Maybe they should bring a German cat too, even if it just costs money. Okay. But at the end, they will realize like, oh, there's Germans in London too. Maybe it even works, But you have to just
we tried to do that, like in the early 90s, we tried to do that, but it's just venues and whatever is difficult, But before I go on to actually talking about that, how would you define your music? What does it represent for you?
I do a lot of mixtapes, because I'm a DJ too, DJ HAITIAN STAR, and the mixtapes is a totally different approach than my rap songs. The rap songs is, I would say, all about me to the outside, like I'm talking to people, Hey, you, listen to me, Did you ever thought about this? That's me as a rapper. Or live, hey, you, jump in the air, whatever, have a good time. On my mixtapes, it's all about me, but in the inside. So it's just me as a fan, as a nerd who's listening to stuff. And if you get the mixtape, you can witness what I do. But it's not even for you. It's just me at home, mixing stuff. So I got this mixtape, it's called German 80s Hip Hop. Just me collecting stuff from the 80s that's with people who tried to be funky in the 80s. Like German people trying to be funky, imagine. It's hard.
It's like German people trying to be funny, isn't it?
I'm the...
You're funny, but,
come on,
but no other Germans are funny.
I don't agree.
Am I going to get cancelled for that? I probably am.
I hope, yeah. I don't agree. Because I grew up in Germany, and it was not only funny. The thing is, we have, as Germans, we have certain situations where we don't do jokes, Yeah. And I think English people do jokes at certain times where German people would never do jokes. Work or funeral. The Germans are the highest consumers of British humor.
I've been around quite a few Germans when there hasn't been any work.
Yeah.
And they're funny. So I only say it because in England the joke is that the Germans aren't funny. But
I know.
When, like you said, you take them out of that work environment, and that's the way it should be. When you're working, you should be serious about what you're doing. Yeah. And then when you finish what you're doing, finish the work first, then have fun after. You get what I mean? That's the mentality.
That's the mentality.
You know what? We said we were going to come back and talk about the language barrier thing. So I want to hear it directly from someone who's there, and how you felt that it affected the German market with the music, that the fact that, what was annoying for me, like as a fellow artist, that, and I said this even back in the days, it's crazy how you guys support us pretty much with your last pennies. but we never supported you back. Did you not feel like, you know, fuck the UK, they don't support us back?
No, we never felt like fuck them. We always was like, oh, you know, we wished that it happened, but it never happened. So we always wished that they also invite us, you know, and include us. But like, nah. So, but it helped to grow our own thing, because I have to be fair, in graffiti, in b-boying, and in DJing, there was no problems, you know. I mean, you had a Belgium DJ,
yeah,
Grasshopper piece. He's from Belgium. That was never a problem.
never.
So, but now imagine having a German co-MC in England, like, you know, it's a problem. So in b-boying and breaking and graffiti, maybe there was a little problem, but it was not that huge. It was with the language barrier, you know, that was a big problem. We couldn't cross literally the barriers of France or England just because of the language.
But let's get it straight as well. You didn't just support the UK, you supported French, you supported everybody. So, you know, I always felt
everybody that we were aware of, you know, because like I said, we were not that aware of what was happening in the East. We were sleeping on them back in the days. What we gained out of the isolation is that we had to concentrate on our own. Because we never wanted to be German hip hop. It was never our goal. If you see the old flyers and stuff, it always says European hip hop, international hip hop. That was like,
or just hip hop.
Or just hip hop, thank you. Because we saw it as hip hop. And even Akeem, who's really not, he's not speaking French or Italian or nothing, you know, but even he had, like, he was like 100% German. But even he had the vision of, yeah, we bring some people from Denmark and then, you know, some French rappers and like this family vibe, like the hip hop family vibe, you know, that we learned from the Zulu nation. Like we're family, we're nation, that's how we saw it. Maybe that's what we were lacking also in the German culture, maybe. And I mean, we got the love somewhere, but it was sometimes also because I spoke French, Haitian Creole. I spoke different languages, so I was traveling a lot, and I was making bridges also, and that helped us to go out of the country. But it was not easy, not easy at all. But still, we made it to perform in Paris and in '94 or something, or. Because somebody believed in this idea to bring German and French rappers together and stuff. But we were hated by a lot of French people, you know. But we still did it because our vision was bigger. And at the start, we were not only rapping in German, we were rapping in English, of course, because we learned rap as something that's happened in English, you know, because of American rap. So then we had to embrace our own language, which was really awkward for a long time. And then we rapped in French, in Italian, and in different languages. And when we were rejected, well, like the market, we could not sell our stuff or German rap in other countries, like no way. So we concentrated on our own market at a place. And then
but you made a big enough market in Germany.
We made the market
to survive.
We made the market.
Right.
Yeah. Because when I started, I had my first sold out show in '88 with Advanced Chemistry. Wicked. Sold out.
Wicked.
And at this time, we were not only rapping in German, but the most was in English. But it was sold out. So there were people who wanted to see us. But the first audience that we had in Germany was not hip hop people, because there were none. I mean, not enough. We didn't have a black community. We didn't have, you know. So the first guys who were open to our stuff was like punk people, like punk guys. They were like, oh, I like that.
So you had to crossover right from the beginning.
We had to, because they were not, I mean, you know, you have millions of German people who were not familiar with that kind of music. So we had to cross over.
Do you feel that you lot created your own scene?
Oh yeah, 100%.
Do you want to name some of the people that were involved in creating that scene? Just mention some of the people that deserve their names to be mentioned.
MZ, Akim Walter, Ralf Kotthoff, they helped a lot.
Yeah. Stylewarz.
Oh yeah, artists, yeah, DJ Stylewarz, of all the first wave.
Name them.
Yeah, DJ Stylewarz, No Remorse. Who else? MC Rene, Stieber Twins, Cora E. I mean, there's hundreds of them.
And obviously Battle Squad.
Battle Squad. I mean, there's hundreds of people.
Any of the graffiti artists you want to name?
Zepster again, like Akim, Zepster, RTA, his crew, and then Chintz from Dortmund. He did a lot. The Munich scene is incredible. ABC crew, Lumit.
Let's not forget like the record shops, the distributors that were supporting, buying things from us via mail order, selling it via mail order.
The record shop business was hard, was not that easy, because that's why we did it on our own. We had to do our own mail orders because the record shop business was shaky, was really shaky. We learned it from guys like you, and we learned it also from the German punk scene, because they were older than us and they were more advanced. They had fanzines and they had small labels printing their own stuff. So we learned it a little bit from them. And to organize ourselves. And the first hip hop crowd that we got was the second wave of rappers then, you know, like Semi Deluxe, Blumentopf, Beginner Jan Delay, Beginner Daniel. All the rap stars that came after us that had even more success than we had, they were in our audience. You know, they were our fans.
That's what I'm saying.
Afrop, I'm forgetting all the names, man.
How does that feel knowing that these guys basically got their education from you and went on to be more successful? And
it feels good because they give the love back. They give us the respect back. You know, they always gave up. They mention us in their records. Beginner even called an album Advanced Chemistry because of us. So can't be mad about that, you know. So that's friendship, that's love, that's cool, you know.
that's also working together.
Yeah, I mean, it doesn't work with all the generations, but it worked very well with like one or two, three generations. It worked really well. Then it became too big. You know, like internet was taking over. So we were not the source anymore. Yeah. Internet was the source, so.
I mean, if there was something you could do different now?
Oh yeah, hundreds of things, but I mean.
Name the top couple.
I mean, I would not really change something. There could be a lot of stuff, but I'm happy like it is, to be honest. It's okay, you know, because, you know, I was a graffiti writer for a long time. I lost a lot of money and it was terrible. I was in a terrible time in my life, like everything was fucked up. But then that's where my soul comes from, of my songs or my poems. That's where I got my fame and my glory. So
are you happy with what you've achieved?
Yes, I'm happy. I think I achieved more than I thought I would achieve. And I'm still looking to achieve some more stuff, you know. So yeah, I'm happy with it.
Forget your book for a second.
Yeah.
Don't include your book in this. But do you feel like your story's been documented well enough?
No.
Do you want to say anything?
Yeah. Don't believe the second, how you say, like the he say, she say, the, you know.
Yeah, rumors.
Rumors. Get to the source straight. You know, that's what I do in the States also. Mm-hmm. I ask the people directly and make my own mind. But, you know, it's my job to tell my story, you know. But I find it funny if other people tell my story.
It makes it more real, doesn't it? It depends if they're telling the truth or not.
They're not telling the truth.
Okay, then it's wrong.
They cannot, because it's my story. I have to tell it, you know. Yeah. But so I think everybody has to tell their own story, and that's why I'm trying not to talk too much about other people, because I might tell it wrong then, you know, and might say a wrong thing. Mm-hmm. So that's why sometimes I focus on my own, and then people think, oh, you're totally selfish. Mm-hmm. But I'm talking about a lot of people if they're included in my life. Yeah. And that's why I write books or write Yeah, writing history is a funny process. It's a very funny process, especially in internet times. Like everybody can put up a story of you right now, or put, you know, it's so much distraction. It's so much images
And
popping
now
up.
with AI coming up, Jesus.
Yeah, and I cannot control it anymore. Not even the English people coming up. So it's we really have to stop this.
Well, you know what? It'll be good to hear you tell your story. Maybe, you know, just go on video for an hour and tell your story.
Yeah,
full.
I agree.
That would be amazing.
No, but I think that's what I might have to do.
I think that's important. What else is important is the number of people in America that you've worked with. Now, forget the ones in Germany because, you know, that's your own land, but just to explain to people the level that you got to and how you managed to get to work with some of the bigger names in America, like your KRS-Ones and stuff. Just give us a list of the people you've worked with.
KRS-One, obviously. Melly Mel, Whip a Whip. Grandmaster Caz. You know, I just...
Do you want to promote that new video you got with him?
Yeah, I did a video. There's another one coming up.
Okay.
I did
Promote it.
Boom. Grandmaster Caz, Haitian Star. Who else? I don't even know. It's so much, so many. El Tariq, that's my man.
Yeah.
You know, I don't even remember.
Yeah.
There's too much. But it's, I don't know exactly sometimes, you know, because you have to put something in the window to promote it, and then the rest is in the stock, and the stock is so full that even if you search the stock,
You don't know where to start, where to finish.
yeah, the stock is like wow, you know, and then sometimes nothing is in the window, so people think you have nothing going on, but the stock is totally full.
It's full, yeah. Do you have any final words?
Yeah, I'm glad that because we're older now and we all have a history now. UK has a history, Germany has a history. So we can come together now as grown men, as historians of our own history and share it. Yeah. It's a totally different approach than back in the days. Yeah. And I really like that. Yeah. And I feel also that people who were not ready to learn about the German hip hop history, they're totally ready now. You know, they want to know. They're like, I know everything about America, and I know everything about the UK. What is your story?
Can I just say at this point as well, when I announced that I was retiring, walking away in 2006, I came to Germany to say thank you in person to certain people that had helped me throughout my career, buying records, booking me for shows, so on and so forth. And we did a last minute performance. It wasn't planned. We just jumped up on stage on the day, and you jumped up on stage to do the track with me. And that is one of my most treasured moments. I have a few treasured moments, but that one, you know, I think I'm gonna put that at the end of this because, like, it was a special moment. Like when you came on and did what you did, the crowd went apeshit.
But you know why? Right?
Yeah, because you were speaking in German and cussing me.
Right.
Yeah, exactly. It's like it always happens, isn't it? Anyway.
But I have to say, really, you gave always Germany love because you even, I remember when you put out a record with the names of the people who supported you. Remember that?
Yeah, of course.
Yeah. That was a big thing. That was really something.
Everything we did comes from the heart. We didn't have anything else, so that's all we had, you know? So, yeah. But look, first of all, thank you very much for being here. I just want to say, like, if it wasn't for pretty much the German scene at a certain time in my career, then I probably wouldn't have had the career that I had. Germany really supported. When I was doing things independently, there was Semaphore and, you know, Hanno Kress in particular that was buying so many albums and just pushing everything. And I got to meet guys like Torch, Rene, Akeem, Ralph Cutoff, you know, obviously Battle Squad as well. And it was a special time. It was a really special time. So I just want to personally say thank you to the Germans for supporting what we did here. And
Swiss.
And the Swiss and basically Europe. Netherlands, everywhere.
I guess they were.
And I wish, you know, more people would have supported you back the same way you supported us. You truly deserve that because you gave us opportunities we didn't have here. Torch, what can I say? What a great dude. Someone that I've known for many years who's basically inspired a generation and another generation in Germany. And he's done a lot. And he's a personal friend of mine. I've watched his career grow from beginning to end. And I advise all of you to go and check out his story because it's deep. He's got loads going on. And if you want to follow him on his Instagram page, look out for the details in the description. They'll be there. So please make sure you follow him. And also, don't forget to subscribe to the channel, click the bell to receive notifications, like, share, and get involved in the comment section below. Thank you very much for watching. Torch, again, bro, thank you very much.
Yes, thanks.
All right, peace.
Peace.
Ich bin heute